Here's the lesson for one-dimensional arrays, that is 1D arrays. In this lesson, we would be learning 1D array declaration, how to access array elements, and examples of 1D array. So, how to declare an array? As we have discussed in the previous lesson, that array is collection of items stored at contiguous memory locations and the elements can be accessed randomly. Array is used to store similar type of elements as the data type must be same for all elements. So, we know that the data type must be similar. Hence, the array name is preceded by the data type, that is, the type of data which the array elements will be of. And then comes the array size within the square bracket, followed by a semicolon. This is an array declaration. The name of the array should be named as per the rules we learned for a variable declaration. The array size can be anything, 1, 10, 100, as per the requirement. There are various ways to declare the array. Let us see them one by one. First is array declaration by specifying the size. Let's say we need to store 100 elements in an array and they will be of type integer. So we can declare this array by int, let the name of the array be array and 100 number of elements within the square braces, followed by a semicolon. The second way of array declaration is by initializing the elements simultaneously. Let's say we need to declare the same array. So the data type would be int. Here we will assign these 4 values to the array elements, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, separated by comma and enclosed within curly braces. Even if we do not specify any size to this array here, it considers the number of elements given in this list. So here there are 4 elements. So the size of the array here would be 4. Even it works when we specify the size. Let's say we need an int array of 6 elements. So 6 we will enclose within square brackets and initialize the elements. It is interesting to know that here we have given the values of only 4 elements. So what about rest of the 2 elements? So the rest of the 2 elements which are not initialized will be initialized to the default value of this data type. So here the default value of integer is 0. Hence the array elements would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 0 and 0. These will be the 6 elements. Now how to access the elements of an array? Elements of an array can be accessed using indices. This is what we learned in the previous lesson. Let's say we declare an array int mark 5. So these 5 elements get the required memory. As we know, the indices starts from 0. The first element would be referred as mark 0. The second element would be referred as mark 1 and so on. It is very important to know that. It is very important to remember the indices of the array start from 0. Many times we get confused and we access the first element as mark 1, which would actually give the second element. So remember, arrays have 0 as their first index. If the size of the array is n, its last index would be n-1. Here the size is 5. As the index starts from 0, the last index would be 4, that is 5 minus 1. So the last index will always be array size minus 1. As we know, the elements of the array gets contiguous memory allocated. So if the address of the first element, here mark 0, is 3156D, then the address of the next element should be 3160D because the first element is of type integer. It takes 4 bytes of memory. So 56 plus 4 should give 60, that is the address of the next element. Hence, array are allocated continuously in memory. Let's have a quick recap. An array is considered as a collection of data that holds fixed number of values of same type. The index of array starts from 0 and goes till array size minus 1. The elements of array can be accessed by using indices. Next, we have a small assignment based on 1D arrays and accessing their elements, where we would calculate the average of the numbers given in an array.